Hot off the presses. According to league insiders, DeWanna Bonner has no interest in returning to the Indiana.
Natasha Howard just dropped some serious heat on Instagram after Dana Bonner abruptly left the Indiana Fever mid-season. The shade was so obvious, even blind people could see it coming. Howard's message was crystal clear. She's calling out quitters, while making it known she's here to stay. This drama is escalating quickly. Do you think Natasha Howard was right to call out Dana Bonner publicly like this?
I'm gonna keep it all the way 100. This was the most unprofessional way of going about things that you could have possibly went. Because I genuinely, the way she went about it, I really thought it was something really bad happened. And what made me start to question her reasoning was, I was like, Alyssa Thomas is playing. You know, in Steph White's case, she was out for personal reasons, but Lisa was also out. So we were like, okay, it's probably something personal in the family. DeWanna Bonner situation, she said, oh, out for personal reasons, but Alyssa Thomas was playing.
So here's what happened. Dana Bonner, who is supposed to be this veteran leader, a championship experienced player, expected to help guide Caitlin Clark and this young Fever team to the promised land, just decided she was done. Not injured, not traded, not released. She simply quit. Walked away from her teammates, her contract, everything. All because, apparently, things weren't working out the way she wanted them to. Now, Natasha Howard, who's been grinding all season long, even if she hasn't been the perfect fit, everyone hoped for, saw what Bonner did and decided to speak up. Howard posted on her Instagram story with lyrics from a song called We Not Done. And if you think that's just a coincidence, you probably also believe in the Tooth Fairy.
Was the Atlanta Dream game. I actually got to attend that game, and we have not seen her since. It's been said that she was out for personal reasons. People didn't know if this was a family issue, a health problem, a possible retirement. Looks like none of that. Looks like the fit just was off from the beginning. We're going to look at the story in just a second, but that's first my thoughts on it. I think this sucks, obviously, because she was going to be counted on to be a big contributor.
But it gets better. Howard unfollowed Bonner on social media, then refollowed her, which only adds to the messy drama surrounding this situation. When professional athletes start playing follow and unfollow games online, you know things have gotten completely out of hand. What really makes it clear this was aimed at Bonner is the timing. Just 54 minutes after news broke about Bonner walking away from the team, Howard posted lyrics from We Not Done. That's not some generic motivational post, that's a pointed message. She was calling out someone who quit on the team while making it known she's not going anywhere. Howard also posted something explicitly stating that she's not quitting on the team, and that she's going to respond on the court. Again, the timing here isn't subtle. When your teammate walks out mid-season, and you immediately start posting about loyalty and commitment, everyone knows exactly who you're talking about.
Ago, obviously after the whole DeWanna Bonner situation, immediately posting song lyrics to a song called We Not Done. We Not Done. Yeah, We Not Done. She's out going posting We Not Done. And I don't know, again, I'm not going to say there's a shot at DeWanna Bonner, because at the end of the day, there is a non-zero chance that she sat down all the team, apologized to the team, said it wasn't working out, and they'll be pissed maybe.
What makes this whole situation even more ridiculous is that Bonner was supposed to be the veteran presence, the steady hand to help this young Indiana Fever team navigate the spotlight and pressure. Instead, she became the first to bail when things got tough. That's some leadership right there. The Fever signed Bonner to a $200,000 contract, believing she'd bring championship experience and stability to a team trying to build something special around Caitlin Clark, but after just 14 games, she couldn't find her role, got frustrated, and decided to take her ball and go home like a kid on the playground. Meanwhile, Natasha Howard, who was widely criticized as a questionable signing, has shown up every single game. She's been putting in the work, doing what the coaches ask, and trying to make things work with her teammates. She may not be perfect, but she's not a quitter. The contrast between these two players couldn't be more stark. Howard came to Indiana knowing she might not be the ideal fit. She understood the system might not maximize her strengths and that she'd need to adjust her game, and she did so without complaining or abandoning her team. Bonner, on the other hand, had every opportunity, a starting role, major minutes, the spotlight, and when it wasn't exactly what she wanted, she just walked away. That's not veteran leadership. That's veteran selfishness. Howard's decision to publicly call this out speaks volumes about how the locker room feels. When your own teammates are throwing subtle and not so subtle shade on social media, it's a sign you really messed up. Most professional athletes handle issues like this privately, but Howard clearly felt Bonner's actions were so unprofessional they deserved a public response. And she didn't just post once and move on, she posted multiple times, changed her follow status, and made her message unmistakably clear. That wasn't accidental. That was intentional. It was a statement from a player fed up with the teammates' lack of commitment. From the Fever front office's perspective, Howard's response had to be a relief. In the wake of a mid-season embarrassment, a veteran walking out on her contract, another veteran immediately stepped up to say, "Not everyone is abandoning ship." Her "We Not Done" post wasn't just aimed at Bonner, it was also aimed at fans, who've suffered through years of disappointment. Howard's message was, "Don't give up on us, just because one person did." From a business standpoint, Bonner's exit is even more indefensible. She signed a contract, took the money, and then chose not to honor that commitment when things got tough. That's not how professional sports work. You don't get to pick and choose when to be a professional based on whether things are going your way. Howard, in contrast, has been all class. Sure, she's likely frustrated too. She's not putting up the numbers she's capable of. The system doesn't fit her perfectly. The team isn't winning as much as hoped, but she's still showing up, still competing, still honoring her commitment. The social media aspect makes this even worse. For Bonner, in today's WNBA and NBA, everything is noticed. Every post, every lyric, every follow. Howard made her feelings crystal clear for anyone paying attention, and that's going to stick with Bonner. Future teammates and coaches will remember that when things got tough in Indiana, she quit. They'll ask, will she do that to us too? Meanwhile, Howard is building a rep as someone who doesn't quit, someone who honors her deal, who stands by her teammates, who leads by example even when the situation isn't ideal. That kind of reputation extends careers and opens doors. And the timing of Bonner's departure couldn't have been worse. Mid-season, no time for the team to properly adjust. The Fever had to waive Bonner and bring back Ari McDonald on a hardship contract just to have enough bodies. That creates roster instability and chemistry issues. Howard's posts likely reflected that frustration too. But beyond just venting, Howard's message was one of loyalty to the team, the city, and the fans. She wanted people to know that not everyone was quitting, that some players are still fighting to make this work. And that message wasn't just for Indiana, it was for the entire league. Other teams might write the Fever off after Bonner's exit, but Howard made it clear, we're still here, we're still battling. That's the kind of leadership young players like Caitlin Clark need to see. When one veteran quits, it can shake a locker room. But when another steps up and says, we're not done, it sends a totally different message. That's leadership. Bonner disappeared, left her teammates to answer the media's questions and clean up the mess. Howard met the moment, head-on said her piece, and kept it moving. That's what real pros do. She also clearly understands the business side. Howard knows that quitting damages your value around the league. She's making sure everyone knows, that's not who I am. And make no mistake, this playing out so publicly was no accident. Howard could have kept it private, but she wanted coaches, front offices, and players around the league to see the contrast. One of us quit, one of us stepped up. For Fever fans, it was probably refreshing. After the letdown of Bonner's exit, seeing another vet take ownership and fight through adversity likely restored some faith in the team's direction. The ripple effects of this won't end this season. Howard has shown she's someone who can be trusted when things get tough. That's valuable in free agency, in trades, in any future basketball situation. Bonner, on the other hand, now carries a reputation that could follow her. Howard's public stand also revealed leadership traits not everyone knew she had. She saw something hurting the team's culture and decided to speak up. That takes guts. It shows she cares about more than just her role or her stats, and it sends a message that will resonate across the locker room. When things get hard, we fight. We don't quit. In the end, Bonner's departure may actually end up galvanizing the Fever. Nothing brings a team together like adversity. And, thanks to Natasha Howard's leadership in this moment, they just might come out stronger.